In this video, we discuss some basic watercolor functions and help you to do a watercolor art from a prestigious artist from India. I am using aquarelle as my canvas. Aquarelle, handmade, hot-pressed, rough canvas are the most traditionally used canvases. I am using the default brushes on Rebelle 7. Keep a keen eye on my brush selection and the size opacity water parameters. They are the inevitable factor in this software. Next important thing in this software is the visual settings. It can be accessed by the window tab from the top and select Visual Settings. Then a dialog box with different parameters will appear. You can copy my settings, or there are inbuilt settings like cold pressed, hot pressed, Japanese, or you can create own custom settings according to your style. If you have the Pro version, you will be having the nanopixel option in the visual settings. See how detailed the paper texture is when we zooms in, and see how the texture changes according enabling and disabling of the option. I have been using Rebelle from the 5th version, and I bought the Pro version this year. My tip to be better is, just play with the options and find your style. Next is reference image. Everyone knows what's a reference image. You can import it directly to the option by copying from any website or downloaded images. I am using an artwork of one of the greatest artists from India named Rajesh Munimala, also my father, so there will be no copyright issues. So, first things first. Get a sample rough sketch from the imported reference art. Enjoy the music until the process is done. There is an alternate way to get sketch by tracing the reference image. Click on the eye button and adjust the scale from the transform button next to the eye. The reference image is not affected by the sketch. It only acts as an overlay. By this method, we get more detailed sketch. I use this technique if the reference is more complex. The sketch phase is done. Let's start the coloring. Always create a new layer below the sketch layer. Use water option from the Tools section or press, or hold the shortcut key W to use it. It is the key factor of watercolor art, or to get the bleeding wet on wet style on the canvas. Exclude the areas which the lighting is to be given, and also that style is called paper white effect in traditional watercolor art. See how the color is bleeding according to the canvas and the texture. The color bleeds more according to the water parameter is added. It takes some practice to get along with the colors and the parameters. We are now doing the first wash, or the first step in our watercolor art. It acts as a base color or background color. The colors may drip according to the water bleed. You can either let the color flow getting a loose wet style, or erase the water drips from the dry function, or pressing the shortcut key Y. Select colors on the color library to get more vibrant base color. You can import the best color library swatches from the escapemotions official website. Bonus tip: the reference image dialog box can be used to directly select color by using Alt plus click from the reference image, if the color is missing in your library. You can create new layers if there is any bleed conflict between the previous layers and later merge them after drying the layer. The tilt option is super useful to direct the bleed flow according to the angle which set. If we set the angle or line to 12 o'clock, the color bleeds upwards direction. If we set the angle or line to 3 o'clock, the color bleeds right direction. You can use according to the style. The tilt option can be accessed from the Window tab. We almost completed the first base color phase. Compare the base color phase to our canvas and make changes. Create a new layer at the top of base layer. I am demonstrating a simple wash method, so the layers are limited to maximum 3 because the reference image is a style of loose and bleed. It does not require more details. More layers can be used for more details. Always try to experiment with the settings and options. If the sketch layer is not visible, turn its brightness down from the Filter tab shown in the video. During this phase, the details must be prioritized, so the water parameter must be set to low, or it may cause color bleed from the detailing strokes. Bonus tip: we can contain the flow even if the water parameter is high or medium. That is by giving a selecting the canvas by selection tool or pressing shortcut key M. The darker and saturated colors increase the details. Try to maintain good brush strokes. It is the game changer in any art. My tablet pen doesn't support high pressure sensitivity, so it affected my brush strokes. If you think the base color is low saturated, don't go to alter from the layer or add more color. Just use the hue and saturation from the filter tab. In this video, I just duplicated my base layer. It doubled the colors and increased the vibrancy. Create a layer on top of all layers as the adjustment layer. It is used to adjust the details or changes in the entire canvas, like adding extra strokes or colors and how it affects the canvas. We always must have a wider view of the art. The style of the watercolor tends to change according to the view. Some artwork may have great details and looks cool when we look close, and some artwork has lesser details when looked closely but has an eye-pleasing effect on long or distant view. Common tip: don't try to copy exactly from the reference image. Just make some changes and upload it to the socials, giving the credit to the reference owner. Tip number 2. Art has hundreds of genres. Try to create our own style and try not to copy exact photographic image of the reference image. I have seen some artists done that. Then what is the point of our hours of hard work or our strokes? Believe in yourself. Believe in your strokes. Every person's style and view or his brush strokes are unique like his fingerprint. Create your style. Spread colors of art among the world. I took this reference art from artist Rajesh Munamala. He is also my father and my art mentor. You can use his art as reference image and tag him when uploaded to any socials. Hope you enjoyed this short tutorial on watercolor basics for kids and beginner to watercolor and Rebelle software.